Stopping off in Georgia today with John Thomas, who has a YouTube channel called Living in Woodstock, Georgia. He's got some great stuff there, and I cannot wait to review his content. Let's jump right in. All right, real quick, if you're new here, I review real estate agents' YouTube channels. I'm a graphic designer, marketer, video editor, whatever. I review real estate agents' YouTube channels to give them tips, free graphic design assets, and just help them, make the most out of their YouTube channel. So this is Living in Woodstock, Georgia by John Thomas. You can see he's got his YouTube banner. He's got links on there. But where do those links take us? Let's find out right now. Okay, so this takes me to his channel. Oh, there's the subscribe link. Smart. Okay, what about these little, they're hard to see, but you can see them, the little website thingy there. Where does this, what happened? Let me refresh. Okay, so it doesn't look like that's taking me anywhere. Let's try the next little globe internet thing. Huh. All right, so that's not, what about this picture of, I think that's John there? Where does that take me? Oh, okay, so here's his website landing page, I think. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Well, these other ones don't really work. Looking at this YouTube channel banner, I kind of get lost in it all. We got some orange, we got some blue, we got some light blue, we got some red, we got some white, we got some black. We kind of just all over the place a little bit, right? So let's show John Thomas some love. Maybe let's make him a Living in Woodstock, Georgia YouTube channel banner. Let's see if we can improve this a little bit. If you missed it, this was my Learn About Living in Florida YouTube video channel review. I reviewed Florida with Jonathan Cole. And I like to clear the slate so that I have everything blank. Now let's put in Georgia into our search for our background image. He's in Woodstock, right? So let's try that first. Woodstock, Georgia. I don't know anything about Woodstock. But if you click on these three little dots, it'll tell you where this city is. So I'm trying to find Woodstock. I don't know if I will be able to find it. I kind of like this one right here. This line right here is safe on all devices. We can get rid of some of the sky there. I like to keep the buildings. Maybe we'll get the water up a little bit. If my voice does seem a little off, it's because I am fighting something right now. But the YouTube videos must go on. The show must go on, right? Okay. So what's cool is I don't have a picture of George myself, but he did have one right here. And I can steal this because I'm a stealer. Overexposed, it seems like. I'm going to try to edit it a little bit. I can only do so much within Canva. Bear with me while I try to make this a little better. Maybe I'll bring down the whites and then up the saturation. Okay, that gives him a nice little tan, right? His hand is kind of getting lost there a little bit, but that looks pretty decent. What I'll do is I will give him a white outline, or an outline. I'm not sure if it'll be white yet, but let's see. So go to shadows, outline, what does the white look like? Yeah, we're going to go white. You see this happens? This happens every time. So when this happens, I don't know if you use Canva on the regular like I do, but that happens quite a bit. I've found that refreshing more than likely fixes the problem. Living in is it one word? Woodstock, Georgia. And you can see that font is very difficult to read. If I put it in the water, it's a little easier. However, I kind of want it to be up here. And when I go back to his branding, I think he's trying to roll with the gray and the red. And so I'm going to try to help him stick in that range there. Maybe we'll make it all caps. Living in Woodstock, Georgia. Is there anything I can do to this outline here to make it pop a little more? Maybe make this gray a little lighter? Learn about the top rated small city. And we're going to make this white. Oops. Sometimes it doesn't like to change the font color there. Learn about the top rated small city. And I need to change the font to make it more thin. John Thomas is his name. Let's do like a little splash. Thomas, do you have an H in your name, good sir? You sure do. Okay. Make this small. And we're just going to make it white so that it stands out against that background there. John Thomas. Living in Woodstock, Georgia. Learn about the top rated small city. And you know what? This gray, it's still not working for me. What do you think? Viewers out there, what do you think? The gray or the white? The white makes it pop, but we do sacrifice some of the gray branding a little bit. Let me know which you think I should stick with. However, I am going to leave it at the white just for the sake of getting through this video. Okay, so he does have some YouTube banner links, and so I do want to put an arrow there. It's going to be one that's going down, pointing to his links there. Let's go white with, I'm going to duplicate it so that I can give it a gray background. That's how I get around not being able to have an outline on graphics in Canva, but it's kind of confusing where I have this arrow. So what I need to do is I'm going to group those, and I'm going to make it smaller, still smaller, and I'm just going to put it right there. So the call to action is to learn about the top rated small city. And maybe I'll put the gray in the back, position backward. You need your broker. I sure do. eXp Realty. And we don't have to have the orange and the blue, right? They have this on their website. John, I would put your contact info in here, but I don't like to put that on blast, even though you do see it in the YouTube descriptions. So, John, if you would like this Canva template so that you can add in your contact information, let me know. I'll send it to you for free. Just for being my little victim here today. The subscribe, you don't really need to have that link there, in my opinion. The link is cool because it goes directly to subscribe, but there's also one right here. So what's the added value of having one up there and here? And then you don't have these done, which could be generating you leads if there's supposed to be like a lead magnet there or something. Okay. You do say new videos weekly. I could add that in. It just kind of like, it's not looking as cool as it could be. There we go. New videos weekly. Okay, so we did a YouTube banner for you. Now let's look at your profile image here. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want to see if I can make it better. That's all. So these are some past ones. I tried to do that one. It was too low res. Wasn't going to work out. I think Canva has this. If we do W, and we go all, look at this. So if we took this image, let's see what this looks like. Look at that. That is cool. And while it being inside, that's why I have the circle, is because your profile image is circular. There's your W. If you wanted to keep your W, you could do it that way. I think that looks pretty cool. It's a little different. That W will stand out a little more. It's simple, right? Living in Woodstock, Georgia. I don't have that on there, but that's the name of your channel anyways. Your description is really good. I think you just need the www right here in order to make this clickable. Not a huge deal. It just means that I have to copy and paste it into my browser before being able to actually like go to that. All right, coming down to your videos and looking at your thumbnails. They're all very much the same thing, right? I do love that you're getting out in the community. So if we made you a thumbnail, let's go Woodstock, Georgia, walk downtown. Assuming that I had an actual picture of Woodstock, right? So bear that in mind when I make this thumbnail. I don't actually have a picture of Woodstock. Your picture here still, which is cool. I'll just plop that in there instead of having my cute little face. So really you would want a different pose, right? For each thumbnail, maybe you'd be surprised or shocked. I don't have access to your business photos, John. So exploring downtown Woodstock, we'll get rid of my iconic. Maybe one day it'll be iconic, check mark. And then we'll put up that logo that I made you in there as well. And okay, so you don't have any blue. So here, let me change that real quick. There, now you're keeping with your branding. We could make these gray instead. It's just gray is kind of like dull a little bit. Maybe, there we go. The shadow was gray. That way we're pulling in your branding. Exploring downtown Woodstock. Pretty cool. Hey, if you want this, let me know. I'll send it to you. Let's click into actually that video. Let's watch a little bit of it.
Welcome to Woodstock, Georgia. We're on the north end of town on
That's cool.
Main Street, heading south. And
very nice
first
opening.
business we're going to be walking by is Ips Italian Restaurant.
The music, though, the music is killing me, John. People need to actually like experience what it feels like there, and they can't do that with the background music going.
It's been around for a long time. It has parking in the rear and a nice little fountain to eat around when the weather is nice. They have heaters and fans out there for almost all levels of weather.
Yeah, see, I lose some of your words in the music.
As we continue south, we'll come across the Vanessa Spa and Salon.
Okay, let's skip forward a little bit.
Not sure if they have regular yoga or just hot, but very popular yoga place there with a little yoga fashion in there as well.
Okay, I'm willing to bet that you're doing the audio in post, which is fine. I just don't get to see you, John, that's all. Like, I understand when you're outside and if you try recording the audio outside, you're competing with the wind, the traffic, all of that. But don't you think that those are important things to include in your videos so that people actually get the vibe of what it's like to live there? So you need to kind of explore those pros and cons and weigh them a little bit. Yes, I get better audio quality when I do it in my office. But am I sacrificing educating my viewers by doing that? Something to consider. This dead cat thing that I have here, if you plop that onto your camera, it'll get rid of a lot of the noise as long as you have the camera like within, a few inches from your face, right? Like I think 6 to 12 inches is ideal. If you do that, your audio will be just fine. I used to work for a real estate agent, and that's what we would do. We would just roll with a dead cat on a little Rode mic, and the audio was perfectly fine. So think about that. Think about what your viewers might be wanting to hear when they're watching these videos. Is there a train?
Put yourself down.
Kids playing, birds, Your video description is on point. You've got your chapters, which is something I'm working on doing myself. Moving here, you got all the keywords. I don't see any issues with your description. On point, John. Thank you all so much. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and then subscribe to the channel so that I can keep doing these. I'm trying to hit 20 by the end of this week, and I think that's the 23rd. If you could help me reach that goal, I would be so grateful. Thanks, everybody.
Follow me. Come on. Come.